welcome back to Down the Track. In this episode, we'll be doing the player ratings for the Chennai Super Kings versus the Rajasthan Royals. Chennai Super Kings winning convincingly by 45 runs. It was a great display with the bat and the ball. Even in the field, all three departments, they were super. Rajasthan will be disappointed, especially with the way they batted. It was a good pitch to bat on. There's a bit of dew as well, but they just were unstuck by MOEEN Ali's spin and even Jadeja. Like in the middle overs, they struggled, and that's where they lost the game. Let's start off with the player ratings. We'll go with CSK first and then Rajasthan. With Chennai, Faf du Plessis, I think he started off beautifully. He set the platform for Chennai, very aggressive batting. That shot he hit over mid-off, I think, straight on the ground for 6, or it was just 4. It was a beautiful shot. But yeah, he found his timing today. He would have liked to bat on, make a 50 or 60, but I think he did his job. He started at a quick pace, and it gave Chennai a really good platform to build from, and I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. Gaikwad, I think again today very poor. I'm going to give him 3 out of 10. He needs to improve. I don't know, maybe he needs a break, get dropped for a few games, work on his batting, maybe take a mental break. He's just not being able to connect. Again today he got a chance on the first ball. He got out, he got dropped, and then after that he couldn't make the most of it, and he just miscued one and got out. So he really needs to work on his batting, and yeah, 3 out of 10 for him. MOEEN Ali, for me, he was man of the match. Amazing bowling, even with the bat. It was a useful contribution. 26 of 20 balls, a couple of sixes there, very nice shots. He kept the momentum going after when he came down and 1 down, and then I think with the ball he turned the game. 3 wickets very quickly, and it just didn't give Rajasthan any hope, and it really helped Chennai's run rate as well, which we know can be very important down the line. So I'm going to give him 9.5 out of 10. MOEEN Ali, excellent performance. Suresh Raina, I'm going to give him 4 out of 10. He did make 18, but I think he wasn't in his zone. After the first game, he's looked a bit off. First game, he batted really well. Maybe he just needs a few more games, and he'll probably get his timing back. But yeah, I'll give him 4 out of 10 right now. Raidu, I think he batted really well, to be honest. Of course, you want him to bat on and finish the innings. He couldn't do that, but I think 3 sixes, he kept the momentum going. He kept the run rate going, and he made sure that, there was no slack in the middle overs. He rotated the strike as well. And once you keep getting those boundaries, even if you get out, you give confidence to the other batsmen that, yes, you can hit on this pitch. And I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. I think it was really good until he was there, but of course, he can do better for sure. Jadeja, I think with the bat, he couldn't do much, just hit the boundary, but with the ball, he was superb, and in the field, he was sensational. He picked up like 4 catches, and then with the ball, 2 wickets, 28 runs, economy of 7. I'm going to give him 8 on 10. That ball to Buttler was the ball of the match. Excellent bowling, and to beat a set Buttler like that was on 49, just remarkable. So I'm going to give him 8 on 10. Dhoni, with the bat, we saw a couple of boundaries, but he's still struggling with the bat. But I think his captaincy was just next level. Keeping was solid. The way he changed the field for MANAN VOHRA, and the ball went straight there. And then he told Jadeja as well, like the ball's going to turn now. There's no dew, and he got Buttler out immediately. I think it was perfect. It was really good captaincy, and that's why he's in this team. He is a leader, and he was sensational. I'm going to give him 8 on 10. Sam Curran, I think he bowled wonderfully with the bat as well. A few runs, 12, I think, and he was decent with the bat, but with the ball, especially the new ball, he was really good. He picked up 2 wickets, economy of 6. He bowled his 4 overs quota, and that's what Chennai need. If he can pick up wickets up front and chip in any time, I think it'll really help them with the bat, that he can hit the boundaries. So Sam Curran, I think really good performance, 8 out of 10. Bravo with the bat today, excellent. 20 of 8 balls. That was a difference in the end between a 160 and a 180 score, and it really put pressure on Rajasthan the way he finished. And with the ball, he was decent. He picked up a wicket as well. Slightly expensive, but Bravo is a death specialist. He will get you wickets as well. So I'm going to give him 8 on 10 for his performance. Thakur, I think he bowled much better today. He wasn't as expensive, went for 6.6 and picked up a wicket as well. Wonderful bowling. I'm going to give him 7 on 10. Chahar, today wasn't his day, unfortunately. That's how cricket is. One day is amazing, the other day it brings you back to life. I think he was expensive, 10.66 economy rate, but he will work on that. I'm sure he'll come back. The main thing is he didn't get swing. When he doesn't get swing, he'll have to try something different, because then the batsmen start picking him. Slower deliveries, Buttler picked it with ease today. So yeah, I want to see a bit more from him, but we know that he has that. We saw in the last game. So for this game, I'm going to give him 4 on 10. And then moving on to the Rajasthan team. let's start off with Josh Butler. I think he was sensational, but unfortunately he couldn't bat on. 49 of 35 balls. He was batting really well. He reverse sweep down the ground. The first shot he hit was straight down the ground. Brilliant timing, and he looked in really good touch. But they need Butler to bat on. This Rajasthan team doesn't have as much backup as other teams do, so they rely a lot on Butler. There's no Stokes. Yes, Miller is there, but Butler is their main batsman. He will, along with Samson, he'll have to carry the team. And once he's set, especially, I feel that he will need to continue. So I'm going to knock off a point. I think it was a really good innings, but I'm going to give him 7 on 10. And then moving on to MANAN VOHRA, a 4 out of 10. I think he looked good in the beginning. Had a 4, hit a 4 and 6, but then he saw the field placement change and he hit it right there. I think that's just poor batting. He needs to improve on that. And if he can give them a start along with Butler, it really helped Rajasthan. So yeah, 4 on 10 for him. Sanju Samson, I think he was very poor today, especially with the bat. 3 on 10. Captaincy, it was okay, it was decent. He's learning, but for me, I'm critical with his batting. I think at that time Butler was doing so well. All he needed to do was rotate the strike. He didn't have to play the shot, and he played a risky shot. He got out. So 3 on 10 for Sanju Samson. SHIVAM DUBE, I think he consumed too many balls. It put pressure on the other batsmen like Butler, and I think he needs to rotate a bit more, play a few less dot balls. So I'm going to give him 3 on 10 as well. Miller, again, 3 on 10. He just hit 2 runs of 5 balls, strike rate of 40. You expect more from him, but he struggled with the spin. MOEEN Ali got the better of him. He will learn. Miller is a very, very experienced guy. I'm sure he'll tackle this spin issue as well. And not every pitch will be like this, but Miller, in the middle overs, he will have to play spin. That's where he's coming in. So I think, he'll have to change it up, especially in the middle overs, but he is in decent form. 3 on 10 for Miller. Parag, again, 3 on 10. He was expensive with the ball, with the bat. MOEEN Ali got him. He tried to hit a 6. Not really his fault. I think Parag has potential there. Maybe he can bat a 1 down or 2 down, sorry, instead of DUBE. And his aggression can probably help Rajasthan. But yeah, I think he came a bit late, and yeah, he tried to hit a 6, but it just didn't work out. TEWATIA, I'm going to give him 5 on 10. I think with the ball, I expected more from him, but he did pick up a wicket, but I expect him to pick up a few more wickets, especially on this pitch. And with the bat, he was decent, 20 or 15 balls. So I'm going to give him 5 on 10. Chris Morris, I think he bowled well today. Picked up a couple of wickets. Could have been a bit less expensive, but I think he bowled well. But with the bat, I expected more from him. He got out for 0. We saw what he did in the last game. He doesn't have to do that every game, but he got out for 0. So I'm gonna deduct a point, give him 6 out of 10. Unatkat, on the other hand, he had a really good last game, but in this game he was very expensive. 10 runs in over. In his 4 overs, I have to give him 3 out of 10. I don't think that was his best performance. Moving on to SAKARIYA, I think he was amazing. Again, picked up 3 wickets. He got the wicket of Dhoni. That's wicket he's going to cherish for the rest of his life. I think, he has a good slower ball as well, really good variations, and he's learning very quickly. But this is his first IPL and he's bowling like this. So hats off to him. And he's improved this Rajasthan bowling attack. I'm going to give him 8 on 10. For MUSTAFIZUR, I think he bowled well in the beginning. He bowled really well. Even in the death, he was decent, but then Bravo got the better of him. He'll have to work on that. MUSTAFIZUR, he is a really good bowler in the death, so he needs to get that magic back. For this game, I'm going to give him 5 on 10. He was decent. He did pick up a wicket, but slightly expensive. So I expect him to be a bit less expensive, especially at the death in this kind of game. But yeah, that wraps up the player ratings. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video and comment with your player ratings and who you think should have got a high rating or lower rating, and basically who you think the player of the match was. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, take care.